Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Cephalid Breakfast, and this is a possible deck on my list for Eternal Weekend. I am in a crunch. I'm recording this on Sunday, December 3rd. Eternal Weekend starts in 4 days from now. The Legacy main event's not for 6 days, but the weekend will start and I'll be past my testing window by then. And honestly, I'm just sort of throwing crap at the wall and seeing what sticks. I think that the bean control decks are my default. If I don't find anything super inspiring, I will just do that. However, I do want to see if I could figure out this metagame, come in through an unexpected angle with a deck that is powerful. For this tournament, I expect I'm going to have to beat a lot of bean control, a lot of initiative, and a lot of Delver, which means Orcish Bowmaster. And those are three extremely unique decks. There's not a lot of overlap in how you attack those three decks. And the thing I keep coming back to is the overlap between all decks is kill them before they do what they want to do, which leads me towards combo. I played a lot of Tony Scaponi's Mono Blue PO deck, and I decided that was not my Eternal Weekend deck, but I do think that deck is good. And I liked the free wins you get sometimes, especially I liked going off just over the top of initiative. But I didn't like my unfamiliar with the deck, which brought me back to a deck that I know pretty well. This is Cephalid Breakfast. This deck did not perform well in Europe or Asia Eternal Weekends, but there's a couple factors here. One, everybody is on Stoneforge Mystic right now, not Staff of the Storyteller, which is what I'm trying today. Two, I don't know the quality of those players. Three, if a deck does terribly in two events, two big high-profile events in a row, maybe that's a metagame concern, like the metagame is just hostile towards it, or people will start dropping their hate for this sort of thing, and maybe we get to sneak in that way. Like Reanimator was the worst performing highly played deck in Europe. Cephalid Breakfast did not do well in either tournament. I think playing hate for combo in general, specific hate anyway, is a mistake in a 11-round tournament that Eternal Weekend's going to be. So what I've done here is 2 Swords to Plowshares in the main. I just want to respect Bowmaster a little bit, because Cephalid Breakfast combo, Bowmaster doesn't meaningfully affect the first presentation of your combo, because this deck was already built to beat Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push, Swords to Plowshares, which are 1-mana removal spells. I don't care that much about a 2-mana removal spell. However, if they stop the first combo and then stick a Bowmaster, it becomes really hard to dig my way into the second presentation of the combo. Just a couple answers to a Bowmaster here can unlock my engine, and then we're back doing our thing. That's the theory anyway. I'm just going to see if this holds up at all in a league here, and maybe I'll release this after Eternal Weekend. If I decided this is a deck I'm going to play, maybe I'll release it before Eternal Weekend, if it's not the deck I decided to play. Either way, this will show up on the channel at some point, and I will like it or I won't. This is Cephalid Breakfast. I'm in full testing for Eternal Weekend mode. Let's play this league. If you're coming to Eternal Weekend Pittsburgh, make sure to stop by the 3-for-1 trading booth Thursday, December 7th between 4 and 7:30 p.m. to hang out with me in my official fan meet and greet sponsored by 3-for-1 Trading. I'll see you there. On the play in round 1, Island Ponder Keep situation, and I will do that. This hand sees a lot of cards, has half the combo, and has meaningful interaction in the form of Force of Will and Teferi. I'll play around Wasteland where I can. Oof. Well, big shuffle there. No land. No combo. Alright, double force now. Savannah. Zenith for 1. Okay, I'm not going to fight over that. Or Zenith for 0. 1 mana for a Zenith for 0. You know what I meant. Cool. That's a nice one to find. I'm going to ponder first. If I find a Nomad or a Shuko here, I'm just all set. I did not find those things. I did find land number 3 for Teferi, though. I'm going to put the plains in my hand. I don't actually want these other cards. I do love that the play pattern of this deck allows you to just ignore a large number of things. Oh, Pendlehaven. Is this Infect? Oh, it's Elves. Okay. Weird. Pendlehaven. Elves with Pendlehaven, sure. Virtual Rangers. This could represent a lot of mana. I just don't think I'm worried about that right now. And I am going to fetch. I don't want to draw these cards. I don't think I'm going to get wastelanded here. Grab Tundra. Step through. I'm going to brainstorm. I can use step through to shuffle if nothing else comes together. All right, we're kind of bricking here. Put back Plains and Cephalid Illusionist. Play Scrubland. And then I can cycle for Cephalid Illusionist. Glimpse of Nature. I'm going to Force of Will that. Pitching Teferi. I don't think I need Teferi for this matchup. Another Visionary, that's fine. Guy's Cradle, hate that. Please cast Natural Order into my force. Nice, okay. I'm going to cycle Step Through for Cephalid Illusionist. And then I'm going to pitch Illusionist to the Force of Will. This gives me the shuffle I wanted. And now I just need to find a Shuko or Nomad. They didn't attack, they left up mana instead. Brainstorm. There we go. 2 back. Fetch. Do I win now? Tundra. Nomad. Illusionist. They would need something like Dismember or Snuff Out, and they did leave up a mana. Maybe they have it. Legolas's Quick Reflexes. Oh, that's so cool. Untap target creature, whenever it taps this turn, yeah, they could just float a mana and kill my Nomad. Fucked up, man. Okay, cool trick. I don't know if that's good, but it's certainly cool. All right. Did I shuffle before or after I put the second Nomad on top of my deck? I think it was before. Or after. They have another Natural Order here. They got me. That's kind of a silly little trick. Okay, now they're attacking. I do not have blocks here. None I'm going to take anyway. And can I draw another combo piece? Force of Will. That's not it. Cephalid Illusionist does have prevent all combat damage to dealt 2 and by target creature you control this turn. I do have a block if I want it. Virtual Rangers. Great. And we're just hoofing. Okay. Took me a little too long to find the goods here. And we got beat by a fun little trick. I don't know if that's good, but it is fun. Ending, 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 plow all come in here. This is not a Retrofit or Foundry matchup. We're not doing grindy stuff like that. Step Through can slow down a little bit. Orm's Chant is cool because it's relevant versus their combo. Like I could Orm's Chant them in response to a Glimpse of Nature and then they don't get anything. Staff of the Storyteller might have to slow down a little bit here too. This is how I'm going to do this. Just become blue-white control versus these creature combo decks. Yeah, I don't think I could have presented the combo. I used all of my mana to brainstorm into the Nomads. The only thing I could have done that game is if I read that they had a removal spell, just play my land, play a Nomad, don't fetch, and then present Cephalid plus Nomad together next turn, because I did have 2 Nomads in that brainstorm. And they didn't attack, which told me that they had mana up for a trick. I think maybe I'm supposed to read that and just respect it. The problem is that they're also a combo deck, where if I give them 1 turn and they just Natural Order me, I'm going to feel stupid for not presenting the win. Island Ponder, bunch of white interaction. I'm going to keep this and just hope that Ponder comes up with a white source. Ponder. 3 more white cards, no white source. Uh-oh. Shuffle that. Urza Saga, not bad. Come on, Plains. Zenith for 0. Uh-oh. I have some concerns here. Wow, Force of Vigor. Sure. Okay. That's gone. That's hyper aggressive. I don't think it's wrong, just very aggressive. Oh, this Quarian Ranger is just going off with Dryad Arbor. Visionary. Metal Sentinel. Come on, deck. White land. Okay. I drew the 1 land in my deck that doesn't make white mana here. Or I have Sagas too, so I've drawn 2 of the 4 lands in my deck that don't make white. 3 of the 5 lands in my deck that don't make white. I think it's too late now. I really needed that Ponder to connect, and it just didn't. Oh my goodness. There's a Shuko. I guess I'll put it into play and hope I'm not dead. This at least gives me Illusionist to present a win. Not even a blue card to go with this force, just fully obliterated. RNGesus doesn't want me to play this deck for Eternal Weekend. Attacking me for 4. Visionary. Gets to redraw. They can Visionary again this turn if they just want to keep drawing cards. Fetched a Forest. Picked up the Vig. Replay the Vig. And now they have Allosaurus Shepherd. That's bad news. And another Nettle Sentinel. Okay. Hey, deck. Give it to me. Oh my god. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. They can't quite activate Allosaurus Shepherd. And if they're holding a Cradle, I'm dead. They have another Force of Vigor, just kill my 2 permanents. That also wins the game. Natural Order wins. Zenith for 1. Heritage Druid, and they just go off. Okay, I mean, Ponder whiffed, and then I drew 4. I have 2 basic islands, 3 sagas, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my 21 lands don't make white, and I drew exclusively those even after pondering. Pondering didn't even come up with a brainstorm to try to move stuff around. Like, that sucks. I don't know how bad I'm supposed to feel about that. I don't think I'm mulligan that hand. I get 4 looks on the ponder out of 15 outer, plus the draw steps. Yeah, I'm not going to feel bad about that. It just didn't work out for me in that spot. With a single white source unloading all of that removal, my opponent just barely functions that game. Okay, next round. The official BoshNRoll Island Ponder Keep shirt is available exclusively through Coalesce Apparel. This Magic player-owned business is a staple of our community. They keep this channel on the air, and it's my pleasure to partner with them for this product. Coalesce is the best Magic apparel on the market. They have awesome new designs coming out all the time. Use code BoshNRoll to get 10% off your order, only at coalesceapparel.shop. On the play in round 2, I have half my combo and a bunch of cantrips. You keep hands like these, even if they occasionally betray you. I'm going to get a basic island off of Polluted Delta because Flooded Strand is the better fetch land in the deck. Shuffle this. I don't want this Oracle, and I don't need these lands. Swords to Plowshares? Okay, one of the main deck plows. Let's hope this comes in big. Does anything. Takanuma. Uh-oh. Dark Ritual. Uh-oh. Healthy Voidwalker. Uh-oh. Don't Thoughtseize me too. Son of a biscuit! I had the plow. Look, the tech was here, and they just had all this shit. This is going to be a tough one to win now. They do have to decide, though, if trying to collapse my combo... Like, I can win through Healthy Voidwalker with the step through. Brainstorm. There's a Nomad. Illusionist is in my hand already. I can step through for the Oracle and just mill my deck and cast it from my hand. That is a way to beat Graveyard Hate with this deck. I think I put back Ponder and Underground Sea. And then I'm going to fetch for a Tundra. And I'm not going to play Nomad into potential Bowmaster. Another land and a backup Nomad. I will keep these cards. They do have a Plow in the Void. But if they spend that, then they're no longer controlling my graveyard. Draw the Nomad. I think I just run this out here, because I have 2. Let's flush out the Bowmaster if that's what you got. That is what they got. It's fine. Nomads is dead. It's in the Void. I don't think I play around Opposition Agent here. Wasteland is super annoying, and they've stopped attacking with Voidwalker. They're leaving up the Plow now. They have correctly identified that I can probably combo them out. Sa! That's not even in a lot of main decks. Whatever. Okay. Well, sure. I am descending into madness. Brazen Borrower, just all my board interaction comes in here. Step through, especially if they show me Oppo agents. I think I cut a Shuko. Force of Will is very important. Don't necessarily need Orm's Chant against them. I mean, it does stop anything that might happen, but I still have the Teferis in, and it's going to play to the board a little harder here. Keep this hand. And one really important thing is if your opponent, like if you are trying to test for a serious tournament, and you do something like queue into Combo Elves, a deck that nobody plays, and Mono Black Hate Bears, a deck that also is not that popular, rather than say, like, oh, these aren't real decks, I'm not going to respect this, you have to understand that Eternal Weekend is a 950 player tournament, and there are going to be questionable players playing terrible decks, and you just have to beat those decks. Here's my opponent doing the exact same busted opening start again. Luckily, I am on the slow and steady plan here. In Staff of the Storyteller is the card that I want here. We'll see if they correctly identify to take that. So Brazen Borrower is the interaction if they have a follow-up lock piece. They took Teferi. Okay. Gonna get basic planes and play Staff here. Staff is tough against Bowmaster, but they do have to have that card. Gothy Voidwalker number 2. Okay. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna fetch a Tundra here. If they have Wasteland at this point, it's fine. And I am fetching now. Or let me draw my card first, actually. Might affect what I do. Force of Will, okay. Prismatic End, one of the Voidwalkers. And I'm holding Brazen Borrower, and they know that. That's an answer to the other Voidwalker, should I choose to pursue it. Force pitching Illusionist is basically free right now. Yeah, Wasteland's fine. I had another land ready to go, and Saga is one of my better cards in this position. Brainstorm. I can force a Bowmaster. I am going to Brainstorm here. They have it. That's okay. Prepared for this possibility. And there's the Saga. I'm going to hide Brazen Borrower on top of my deck, play Saga, and attack. I am at 10, facing down an unblockable 3-2. I don't have forever to figure this out. They are continuing to attack. Cards in their void include Teferi Time Raveler, Force of Will. Okay, attack with my Spirit Token. I think I shouldn't have attacked with that. Like, if they do flash an Oppo, I would rather block it. I'm going to 4 off this attack, and the fetch will put me to 3. Shieldred the Apocalypse. Okay, that's really bad. I can fetch in response, make a construct, draw a card off Staff of the Storyteller. If it's force, then I have to answer Dothy somehow. I could also just let this resolve, bounce it. Or I could let this resolve, bounce Dothy Voidwalker, try to draw exactly Cephalid Illusionist, and then go off. Let's see. There's nothing good in my tutor package. Like, I don't have a Shadow Spear or anything to really pivot and try to beat them that way. Okay, if I fetch, I'm at 3. If Shieldred triggers, I'm at 1. I think my best plan here is to make a construct, draw a card off Staff, and hope it is Cephalid Illusionist. Thassa's Oracle. Damn it. Okay, that makes it worse. Well, I'm dead to Voidwalker anyway, so I might as well draw my card. Brainstorm. Stop, deck. Why would you do this? Okay, I lose 2 life. And how do I do everything I need to do here? I'm at 1. I don't even know if it's possible. I bounce Shieldred, I guess. I have to find a plow now. Brainstorm. This at least shuffles. Prismatic Ending. And I'm a mana short. Yep, okay. Gonna fall a little bit short here. There is... I would have lost to the Shieldred anyway. Okay. That is a tough matchup. Main deck Graveyard Hate and just a shitload of creature removal. And opponent played extremely well with the leaving back Dothy in game 1 and understanding that I could combo off even without the graveyard. Opponent knows what they're doing with it in a bad matchup. Not fair. Good chance you're going to see this deck before Eternal Weekend at this point.
This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there.
On the draw in round 3, I have a Staff of the Storyteller Brainstorm situation. I'm going to run with it. Expedition map. Okay. This is likely to be Cloud Post. Yep, there we go. I'm not going to Brainstorm in the end step. There's no reason to do that. Nomads. Okay. This Mystic Sanctuary actually killing me here, because I could cycle step through for the Illusionist. I'm just going to pass here. I think brainstorming the Narcomoeba back into my deck and setting up a multi-turn Orm's Chant you so you can't crop rotate for a Bajuka Bog and then present the combo all at once is how I want to do this. Pithing Needle. I'll brainstorm in response to that. Okay, cool. Narcomoeba, Mystic Sanctuary back into the deck. Then I'm going to fetch another Tundra and see if they are on the level of naming Nomad's Encore, just from what they've seen. Wasteland. Okay, nope. There's the Cloud Post they tutored for. Does Urza Saga matter? I don't think so. I think I just want to play Island and pass the turn. I'm still hiding what I'm capable of, and next turn I have an Orm's Chant backup thing. Even if they play the One Ring, it doesn't help here. Spelunking. Enters the battlefield, draw a card, put a land from your hand on the battlefield, lands you control untapped. That's kind of fucked. They did tap a Cloud Post in order to do that, and now I should be able to present my protected win. I hope they saw this cycle and just their stomach fell out of their butt. Orm's Chant, target you. Nomad, Illusionist, and let's run it. Cool. Alright, we finally won a game. 12 post, huh? Strange deck to have to plan for. They have Elvish Reclaimers that are pretty powerful. Boseiju can mess up Shuko lines even through a Orm's Chant. So Pithing Needle I'm interested in for that. I do still like Orm's Chant. Teferi might be a little slow, and I can cut a step through. Just bringing in my generic permanent hate here. The Oracle in my hand. I do like Brainstorm deck. Brainstorm hands in general. Leyline of the Void, okay. I didn't bring in Serenity, I do have Brazen Borrower. And the Oracle being in my hand, suddenly, actually, not bad. Multiple Sagas, I don't think that's how I want to play this game. Not the turn 1 Saga, I do want a Saga eventually. Opponent has multiple Cloud Posts and Leyline. Alright, well, there's the third Saga. Staff of the Storyteller go in. They have 4 mana right now. Now they have 3 mana and they'll have 9 next turn. Yeah, they are just sprinting straight line for the Ulamog. Brazen Borrower. That's the one I kind of wanted. Okay, Brainstorm. Definitely happening. There's Illusionist. Okay, I can win this game. If I put Saga and Oracle back into my deck and then play this Flooded Strand, it's all going to depend on what comes out of this Cloud Post right now. Eye of Ugin. Shit. Please spend a turn activating that. Okay. Eye of Ugin is tapped. They changed their mind. End step. Fetch. Get a Tundra. Petty Theft your Leyline. Can I win now? I'd love to draw Force of Will here. It's not a Force of Will. Gonna tutor the Shuko. Okay, they're activating their Eye in response. They tutored up the Ulamog for next turn. Shuko, get in here. And I'm going to play my Plains. Or do I want to draw a card first? I'm going to play my Plains and draw a card from Staff of the Storyteller. Right, we didn't get there. Okay. All I can do is try to combo. Sick. Alright. Well, they had kind of their nut draw, and then I just beat it anyway. After getting hammered the first 2 rounds, feels good to come back this conclusively, won a match in 7 minutes through Graveyard Hate. Oh, don't do this to me. I would have preferred to just put this deck in the trash and not think about it. But we play on. You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7 Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. You can also find Jeremy co-hosting episodes 106 and 109 of the Tech Talk series with Keith Shaw on the Tech Talk YouTube channel. Head over to Tech Talk and don't forget to subscribe to 7 Factor's YouTube channel for every episode of Dev Better. On the draw in round 4, I've got Ponder, Brainstorm, Force, half my combo I'm going to keep. I don't like the Dread Return in my hand, but we got Brainstorm. Wooded Foothills over there. Mountain. Wow. Alright, bring it. We're just in a race against this deck. They put a Tundra in my hand. Appreciate you. This is actually busted because I get to play Ponder, and then I'm going to have to go to discard, and I'll just put the Dread Return in my graveyard. I could also Brainstorm instead, get the Dread Return back in my deck, and draw an extra card off the Goblin Guide, but I would rather just find my combo and win. I can actually do both here. Mystic Sanctuary, Urza Saga, Ponder. Don't shuffle. And go to cleanup. Discard Dread Return. And I'm going to draw Urza Saga here, and then Mystic Sanctuary on my turn. And is flush with options for this Brainstorm to discard. Or to put back. Ooh, black mana in your burn deck. Everyone's Orcish Bowmastering these days. I will Force of Will Idol onto the Great Rebel. Pitch a Ponder. That's the type of thing that can kill me before I'm ready. Brainstorm. Uh-oh. Put back. Mystic Sanctuary and Underground Sea. Play the Saga. I'll at least get that ticking. That is the Shuko, if my life total holds out that long. Goblin Guide's gotten in for 6 so far. Yeah, I do actually need protection. I can't just shove Cephalid Illusionist into a handful of possible burn, likely burn. I'm playing out the Staff of the Storyteller. This black mana has me suspicious of Bowmaster. I'm not just going to shove Brainstorm into that. Told you. Tundra, Brainstorm in response. There's a Nomad. Okay. Put back 2 lands again, and hope I have a plan next turn. This is 4 damage. And the Goblin Guide has fed me a land every single time. It's just a shame that I'm seeing the same lands over and over again off my Brainstorms. Please tap out. Suspended a Rift Bolt. Oh, they tapped out. Cool. Now they have Fire Blast, and that's their only way to win. They float a colorless. Does Retrofitter help here? I have 4 mana. No, I would need 5 mana for Retrofitter to beat Fire Blast. I guess I just get Shuko then. I get Shuko. I play Nomad. Now I can combo over the top of a burn spell and it's fine. Like I go for the Shuko line, and if they try to kill it in response, then I start hitting it with Nomad. They would need some kind of graveyard hate nonsense here. In the main. Does playing my land matter? It might. Alright. I still have a land drop, might as well use it. Narcomoeba, let's go. Narcomoeba trigger. Third Narcomoeba's here. This is the spot where I Cabal Therapy. I'm going to name Fire Blast. I'm just trying to think of 0 mana cards they might have. Chain Lightning croaks a Lava Spike. Okay, you're dead. And Dread Return, target, Thassa's Oracle. And we did it. Okay. Against Burn, Hydroblast for sure, Flusterstorm, Swords to Plowshares, Prismatic Ending. I could just kind of fully transform here, or I could try to send my combo down their throat. I think both plans are reasonable. Cut a Retrofitter, cut a Shuko, cut the step throughs. Yeah, I'm going to try to get control-y and slow this down a bit. They're not going to attack my mana, so I can cut an island. They could play Blood Moon, I guess, but they're not going to be a Wasteland deck. I could bring in Pithing Needle just to cover Fairy Macabre. Teferi might not be that good. I'd rather have Worm's Chant than Teferi. And one of the Staves against the Bowmaster deck. Let's try this. Oh, I did just cut my Teferis and didn't bring in my Bowmaster or my Brazen Borrower. I'm going to keep this hand, but if they have Leyline, I'm actually in trouble. Okay, they didn't have Leyline. Good news, everyone. I got the white control hand here. Lava Spike, you got me. Illusionist, love to see it. Island Ponder. Staff of the Storyteller, Delta C. I will take the staff, and there are 2 lands on top of my deck if they Goblin Guide me. Goblin Guide, there it is. Just feed me. Goblin Guide's in, I draw the Polluted Delta, and then I draw the Underground Sea on my turn. Black mana. Chain Lightning. I think I'm just going to pass the turn and discard this Polluted Delta. Though Delta's another white source, and white is actually my gate here. I'm going to dump the Underground Sea. I'll leave the Goblin Guide in play, let it attack again. Top of my deck is Orm's Chant. I'm going to fetch 4 Plains, and then plow this thing. Grafdigger's Cage, okay. Prismatic Ending answers that. Chain Lightning, I'm at 7. I got 1 card left. And I have my combo here now. Fetch. Going to 6, not ideal, but I'm going to need this land anyway. I'll get the Tundra. Play the Prismatic Ending on the Cage, and then drop the Staff. I'd love to find a blue card at some point. And by some point, I mean in my next draw step. Blue card. Easy. Shuko, Illusionist. Just have to beat Fairy Macabre here. Alright, they're done. Neat. Starting to turn this league around. On to the final round. If you're looking to run a CEDH or 1v1 tournament, Eminence Gaming has your back with Command Tower. With Command Tower's intuitive tournament manager dashboard, you can handle decklist submission and player management with just a few clicks. Players just need to scan the event's QR code for access to the full tournament bracket, including seamless pairings and real-time standing updates. Take the guesswork out of tournament organizing. Try Command Tower for your next event. On the play in the final round, I have only Saga for mana and everything I'd want to tutor for it already in my hand. Gonna mulligan that. This one is even worse. Gonna mulligan this as well. This is the first time I've had Mystic Sanctuary and Scrubland in the deck. Normally you get one tech land slot, and Scrubland being able to cast Dread Return sometimes versus Mystic Sanctuary doing stuff. Okay, bottom Oracle and Retrofitter keep this hand full of Island Ponder, Force Blue card, and a line to half my combo. Island Ponder, baby. Just show me land Shuko. There's Nomads. Unfortunately, I mean, I could just keep Nomad and use my other Ponder. Or I could keep Nomad Staff and use my other Ponder to try to hit a land. I would see 2 new cards off this Ponder. And I would have the whole combo in the pocket here. I think I'd rather shuffle, though, and get my resources under me. Yeah, I'm going to shuffle. Ended up with Staff anyway. Motobug. Opponent's also an island. Ooh, Aether Vial. Okay. I'm not going to fight over Aether Vial. I don't think that's my spot. Alright, found Illusionist. Oh no. Come on, Ponders, don't betray me like this. Alright, we got there. Had it, don't worry. Always had it. I don't currently have a plan to find a Shuko or Nomad. That's going to have to happen naturally. Wasteland, hate that. Gonna have to just draw a card here. Urza Saga, okay. I mean, at least that's a distraction for the Tundra. Like, if I play this and they waste it in response to its ability, which did not happen, now I grab a Tundra as well, and I will just see if they want to fight over my white sources that are also my draw engine, or cut me off Urza Saga. Saga was one of the better draws there. Just please don't have 2 wastelands. Odalian Hexcatcher, this card can be pretty annoying. Not going to fight over it, though. Vialing in something here. Lord of Atlantis, the beats are coming. Taking out Saga, good call. But I'm glad to have my draw engine. They didn't have a second wasteland, didn't have another land at all. Nomads, huh? And I could just put these Nomads into play. Try to win next turn, but the Vidalian Hexcatcher can sack their board to counter my spells. The Dread Return, most notably. I think I'm just going to cast Illusionist here, actually. Hexcatcher doesn't counter this. If I force and they force, and then they start sacking Merfolk, then that's better for my life total and for my Dread Return. Okay, I'm at 16. I am not going to attack, because this Spirit token can block Lord of Atlantis unless they have another one. They just pitched Merfolk Trickster. Vial on 3 could represent Tishana's Tidebender. Tanashana? I don't actually know the character's name, but Tidebender, who is a Stifle that also deletes the abilities of the thing it stifles. Well, I did find the land. I'm gonna try here. What does trying here look like? I could go until I hit a Narcomoeba, and then check their hand for Tidebenders. Tidebinders? I'm pretty close to the name of that card. If they counter the ability of Illusionist, I can spam activations over the top of it. Do I just pass? Do I die if I pass? Problem is I need more lands than they have Merfolk. I'm going to draw a card with Staff of the Storyteller. I instantly drew an Narcomoeba. I love my life. Okay. I'll pass the turn. I just can't win through Hexcatcher anyway. And if they do have the Stifle thing, then I lose to that as well. But if I have more lands in play than they have Merfolk, I can at least... Interesting. Just attacking with a blockable Lord of Atlantis. I guess they didn't want me to spam out Narcomoebas in combat. Is that what you're worried about? Force of Will. Okay, there are only 2 Narcomoebas in my deck at this point. I'm going to try to find them. Okay, they are Viling in response. Which, if this is the... Yeah, okay, it is Tidebinder. That means I can combo out over the top of this, and it's fine. Yeah, they probably wanted to save that for Thassa's Oracle. Because now I can pay for triple Force Spike. Okay, there's a Narco. There's the other Narco. And I'm just going to keep going here. This is my moment. If they have Force Blue card or another Merfolk with Flash, they can get me. Okay, my deck's empty. I'm all in here. Or I can actually Cabal Therapy, name Force of Will, and then still do what I need to do here. I have exactly enough. Cabal Therapy, sacrifice the Illusionist. Should I name Force of Negation? And I can force back. All right. Force of Will. Hexcatcher, True Name, Brazen Borrower. Okay, they're dead. Bring back Thassa's Oracle, sack 3 creatures. So how do they actually beat me here? I don't think they do, because if they don't, I think they had to try to wait for the Thassa's Oracle, but I would just Cabal Therapy Tidebinder. Tishana's Tidebinder. That's the name of the card. Okay. I feel good about that one. Just played around the things that they both had on board and I suspected were coming. All my removal and swords and Pithing Needle. And then Brazen Borrower is a maybe. Step Through can cut. Ormschant is tricky because they have some onboard stuff and the Aether Vials that are not actually spells, but they are also a counterspell deck. Teferi can take pressure off and shut down a large number of things. It's an answer to both Force of Will and Aether Vial. I definitely want that. They are a Wasteland deck. I can't cut a basic. I'm not going to cut a Force. Oh, Ormschant can also fog this opponent. They are an attacking creature deck. If I kick Ormschant, that's relevant text. Maybe a Staff of the Storyteller comes out. If I'm boarding out Retrofitter Foundry and Staff of the Storyteller every round, then maybe this build is bad. But I also just haven't played against any Bean control decks, which is where you want those sort of things. I like the stability of this hand. I get to play on basics. I have swords and a force. It doesn't quite know what it's doing yet, but it is fighting on the way out. Island, no play, love that. Blooded Strand, pass. I have half my combo now. Chalice of the Void, X equals 1. I could force this, or I could work my way up to Teferi and just bounce it. I'm actually going to let this resolve. Maybe that's crazy. I am a patience monster. There we go. Drew another 1-for-1 answer to Chalice. This is why we play slow, take it easy. What's the rush? I'm going to fetch now before they have their Stifle person available. And I will pass the turn. Their Chalice is currently locking out their own Aether Vials. There's a Cavern. Well, can't counter the Stifle Idiot anymore. Lord of Atlantis. That resolves. An end step. Petty Theft. The Chalice. They have Chalice in their hand now. I'd love a land right now. Oh no. My own Merfolk. Look at me. I'm the Merfolk deck now. Brainstorm gets a round of fire here. Found a land. I can put Thassa's Oracle into my deck. And I don't need Cephalid Illusionist just yet either. I think I actually want to plow this Lord and then play Mystic Sanctuary tapped. Because that way, even through Wasteland, I can play Teferi next turn. Yep, played around it. Chalice on 2. Okay, opponent's going tall against me here. Which makes sense if you don't think I have Teferi in my hand. Which I do. Tundra, Teferi. I will force a force on this Teferi. This is important. The Teferi just being in play turns off the Stifle Idiot because they just can't even cast it. Bounce the Chalice again. I'm drawing Thassa's Oracle here. Maybe I'm supposed to ponder first so I don't draw the Oracle. Yeah, maybe I just fucked that. Force of Will, ponder, scrubland. I like the ponder. I like the force. Do I like the force? Sure. I definitely like the ponder. And I do still have a Brazen Borrower in exile. Okay. Knowing they have Chalice in their hand, I can't spend a force on this. And I'm not actually worried about Fairy Macabre because the Oracle's in my hand. What just happened? They floated 2 mana, then passed priority, and neither untapped their mana nor cast a spell. Some sort of unfortunate misclick. They said new to Moto in the chat. Yeah, unfortunate. I don't know what they were trying to do, but that's a bummer in a game that was otherwise pretty cool. Urza Saga, Tundra Scrubland. These cards do not help because they have that Wasteland sitting there. Shuffle Library, Illusionist, big Illusionist Hours. I think it's time to just play Brazen Borrower and beat down. Beating down from 22, not exactly inspiring. Okay. Force of Will, this Chalice on 2 now. I do care about that card. Chalice, or Cavern, luckily not on Chalice of the Void. Brazen Borrower in the end step. Scrubland, okay. Plus Teferi. And I'm going to play a Cephalid Illusionist out. Just having this around means that even if they wasteland me, if I draw a combo piece, I can win next turn. Vial's up to 2. 3 is the number I don't like on the Vial. Wasting my Scrubland. I'll float a black, just make you think about it. I'm not doing anything with this mana anyway. This looks like a Dismember. It is a Dismember. I'm going to mill 3 before I decide if I'm doing anything else. Milled a Nomad. Okay. I have another Illusionist in my hand. That one can die. I hope they don't Surgical Illusionist from here, though. Lord of Atlantis resolves. Can I win the game? Urza Saga. Okay. Right after we cleared the Wasteland. That's great. I can plus Teferi here and then actually play Illusionist and Oracle. Like, they're not going to exile Oracle. And Teferi can bounce it. Yeah, I'm just going to look at the top 6 cards in my deck and decide what's going on with them. Pithing Needle, not bad. Prismatic Ending, not bad. None of these are a combo piece, but I have Urza Saga for that. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Prismatic Ending here and attack for 3. My Thassa's Oracle actually getting buffed in Island Walk from the Lord of Atlantis. That rules. Okay, they do have a Merfolk. I hate that. Hexcatcher. That one can pressure Teferi. I hope they don't have another Lord in the near future. Okay, they're up to 3 on the Vial, and they are attacking Teferi. I draw. I plus Teferi, and I think I just passed the turn. Or I at least attack with Brazen Borrower. That's happening. I can Prismatic Ending at instant speed, exiling a 1 or a 2, and make a construct. Okay, this Vial's on 3, and they didn't use it in the end step. I think I would rather try to blow out the Lord of Atlantis in combat and save my Teferi than remove the Aether Vial. Okay, zap the Lord. They can't force block with Thassa's Oracle. Okay, we're doing stuff. Cavern on also Merfolk. End step. I get to make constructs. I actually think I want to tutor the Pithing Needle and turn off Vial, and then just beat them down here. Saga, Pithing Needle, name Aether Vial. And here's the real strength of Cephalid Breakfast. You're just multiple decks at all times. Opponent can't cast spells, they can't tap their Vial. I'm even going to bash with Illusionist. What could go wrong? And it felt like a long shot when we started this line, but the Brazen Borrower has been a big part in reducing them from 22 life to 1 here. We got the GGs in the chat, and after a tough start, managed to salvage a positive league with trusty old Staff of the Storyteller, Cephalid Breakfast. Staff of the Storyteller did draw cards this league. It's not like it didn't do anything. I did board out Retrofitter Foundry in every round, but we also did not play against any control decks, which is what that's actually for. The matches we lost, I do think that Elf matchup just came down to Ponder missing on a white source and then not drawing one for the whole game. But maybe Mystic Sanctuary and Scrubland in the deck is too much on the mana base. Maybe just like another fetch land over Mystic Sanctuary or play without Scrubland are options. Scrubland, playing without Scrubland makes my white count worse, not better. Mystic Sanctuary becoming the 4th Tundra would improve my white count. And then that mono-black matchup, like, not only is that matchup bad, but they also played and drew extremely well. Oh no, after round 2, I was ready to just not play this deck, and now I'm back to thinking I need another league with it. Okay, well, I didn't determine anything, so you'll probably see this league before Eternal Weekend. The performance here does not give away my deck choice, that's for sure. But I haven't ruled it out either. Kind of frustrating, but at least I know that I can still win games with this deck. And the quest for my Eternal Weekend deck continues. Everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon, where I will actually announce my Eternal Weekend deck before the event. And I'll see you next time.